What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Dudes Who Bet Sports.
So you want to bet sports, but you need some advice on how to cash in big at a heck of a price. Well, if you want enough money to line your shorts, then you're in the right place. This is Dudes Who Bet Sports. Dudes Who Bet Sports, it's your favorite show. Dudes Who Bet Sports, where degenerates go. Dudes Who Bet Sports, time to change your approach with Aaron Halterman and his father, the coach. Let's ride.
Well, the Associated Press is full of shit.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dudes Who Bet Sports show. We're talking Preakness. We have to talk Preakness, of course. It was a very exciting race yesterday. You're back from a wedding. You survived the wedding, and now you're back on the show, and that's great. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
You had to have a hell of a day yesterday. You were
what?
hitting everything on the guide. Every race, you were nailing them.
Well, I got 5 out of 10, and I don't count that Arabian one, so 5 out of 9.
That's fair.
Yeah, I got second in that one, but I almost picked that other horse, but I didn't want to write all that out. But anyway, this name there. But that's I'd like to get on to Jared just a little bit for adding that to the deal.
You didn't like the Arabian race?
No, he should have had the Black-Eyed Susan on there instead of that.
Yeah, we kind of thought about that too afterwards. So, that probably would have been better. Yeah, Vicky was on the live stream. She was really bragging on you the other day. So congratulations for sure. It was great. And what was your favorite? I know you kind of your day was broken up, but you saw all of them. What was your favorite race of the whole card? Like
no question, D-Wayne.
Yeah, Ethereal Road.
Let's start off with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we both talked about it just a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
This horse is getting better. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran him out of race. He can win. And we know how D-Wayne is.
Right.
He needs to be down the road, in my opinion, the Pennsylvania Derby, the Ohio Derby, the Iowa Derby.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma Derby maybe down
there.
Yeah,
he's that type of horse. Yeah.
Yeah. He can compete in those. Of course, I don't blame you for taking to the Belmont. Why the heck not? If the horse is healthy, you just as well send him.
Yep.
And then kind of let him rest a little bit, and then he'll probably take him to Saratoga and waste his time up there.
Probably.
I don't know. He ran extremely well.
Yeah, he did.
And looked good, but he was in $100,000 race, and that's about his speed. And there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, I enjoyed that one a lot. I thought Karatari, that horse looks pretty good. That sprinter on the turf.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to catch her there, but him, wherever he is.
Yeah, he kicked it on for sure.
He did. And my big one of the day was Joe.
Yeah, that was fun.
That one came through for me. I like that one. And then I really kicked you guys on the set piece, beating a tone.
Yep.
And I want you to know, for all you guys out there, I handicapped this without the odds. I did. And then the odds came out after I'd already handicapped it. So I went back again. And I'm doing pretty good on these things. I was pretty dead on with the odds and everything.
Hey, I want everybody to know I've told him, stop looking at these odds. He's a guy that'll see an odd and he likes a horse and it's like, oh, it's 12-1 morning line. He can't be that good. Don't do that. I've always told you that.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was doing good. And but the odds, I was hitting most of them that were favored. Yeah. And I know how to read a form.
Yes.
I can read a form I don't get into a lot of the stuff that a lot of you guys do.
Yeah.
Because I get too confused and I'm getting old and sometimes I kind of forget to look at.
Well, no, but what I described you as on Blaker's Off, I said, you're the basic handicapper. You just, here's the form. Give me the form. I don't care if it's a claimer at Will Rogers or the Preakness. Give me the damn form. I'll read the form and tell you who I think's going to.
No, I can do that. I can do that. I don't study pace. I don't get into all that shit because that just boggles up my mind. Yeah. And I get bogged down, and you know this. I have rabbit ears, and I hear people talking around me, and I'm better off if I just don't do that. I don't know. Sandy and I went the other day. Well, it was back in April. And there was a horse that was 10-1. It was a maiden race. and it was 10-1, and he'd finished second in his last race.
Mm-hmm.
And the favorite was like 7-5, and there was no reason for that horse to be 7-5. Mm-hmm. And of course, it was a Moquette horse, and they're beautiful. His groomers are just, his horses just come to this paddock. They look like $1 million horses, and they're $10,000 claimers a lot of times, but they're beautiful. They just do a great job. He looked really good. He had run well at Sam Houston, I think, and it was in a maiden, 10-1. And I thought to myself, why don't we throw some money on this horse? Because there's nothing in there that's any better than him, I didn't think. And by golly, he won. And see, I didn't listen to anybody. I just kind of thought there was a chance. And I've listened to you guys enough, especially you, and you've taught me that don't bet on that 7-5 favorite in a maiden race.
Yeah.
Unless you're sure.
Right.
So I thought I'll take a chance on that one. And we bet it and won. Anyway,
listen to yourself, trust yourself, don't listen to anybody else.
Yeah.
Unless, they know what they're talking about.
Exactly. Well, and with horse racing, we've all got different opinions on everything anyway, as Twitter has taught us very well.
Yes.
And so anyhow, it was a good day, and I can do fairly well on these. I usually do okay in the guide.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
There was a time, and again, I had to go to a wedding yesterday, and we had to leave because Sandy baked the cake for this wedding. We had to get this cake.
Right. So you had to show up early.
Had to get there early, and it was out in the frickin' boondocks. I'm telling you, windy dirt roads. My car looks like I've been at a what do you call those kind of races where you're in the mud? Whatever, those truck races in the mud or whatever they are.
Yeah.
I got mud all over the car. We had to drive real slow because I was afraid that cake was going to fall over.
Right.
And anyway, we got there. And so I missed a lot of this and had to go back and watch it today. So, and we had no internet. So I couldn't get anything. I didn't know till we left about 8 o'clock or 8:15, whatever it was. I had no idea what was going on in the world. So
just to let everybody know, he texted me at 8:15. He said, "Who won the damn race?" He just got the internet back on his phone.
I actually sent that text at 6, but I didn't get outside of this place till like 8:15.
Well, I'm sitting down there watching a hockey game, and it came out. I was like, "You kidding me? This guy doesn't know who won. He hit every damn race leading up to this. He doesn't even know who won the Preakness." So yeah. It was
I tell you what. But anyway, all right.
Just real quick, yes, Michael Myers said he's hoping for Epicenter in the Belmont. That's not going to happen. Epicenter is not going to the Belmont, and neither is early voting. So just kind of get that out there for everybody that's wondering. So here's what we're going to do. We did this for the Derby. A lot of people loved it. Got a lot of comments saying, hey, thanks for showing this replay, kind of giving your thoughts. So we're just kind of go through. I've got the, if you're watching now, I've got the replay up of the Preakness, and we're going to go through and just kind of watch it 4 times. And we're going to focus on the top 4 finishers of the race and just kind of give our thoughts on the trip, how they ran, stuff like that as kind of a recap here. And I don't know, I thought we had a really good time. I'll pause it when we get to certain points. If you want me to pause it, Papa Dude, just tell me and I will. And we'll just kind of take a look at this and have a little fun as we kind of recap this thing.
I will, as before you start, Chris here does make a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
When he says Ricardo would have been more aggressive. I think that's true. As we watch this, we'll kind of talk about that.
I see that now from Chris. I'm sorry I hadn't seen that, or I would have thrown it up a little bit sooner. And that is something we'll get into. I see a lot of comments about the Rosario thing. Brett, I know you, I think maybe it was you that messaged on Facebook, and I kind of gave you a quick note, but I'll expand on it more here. It's always better. I'm glad we didn't do this show like 30 minutes after the race, because I probably would have said some things that maybe I might not say today, as you kind of calm down and really look at it, from the outside looking in, or just with calmer eyes, I guess, more than anything. So, all right, let's just go from the start. We'll focus on the winner first. I know people want to talk about Epicenter.
And Vicky makes a point here. She says, focusing on the damage Skippy Longstocking creates. What number is he? Is he 9?
Number 9.
Okay.
Let's see. See, Vicky, he only knows who he picks. So he don't know anything. He's like Skippy Longstocking.
I don't remember the numbers. I didn't remember the horse. Skippy Longstocking. Remember, I didn't pick this horse because he was a stupid name. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember you said that.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been in it.
Okay, let's focus on the 5 first, because the 5 is the winner, and we'll say some good things here about Jose Ortiz on the 5. So watch the 5. It's early voting. Okay, and you see out of the break, nice. And what do you know? He kind of rides him a little bit for speed to get position in a big race. Something maybe we'll talk about a little bit later. But this is perfect. He goes out. He's looking around here. He looks at Epicenter. He's like, "Are you kidding me? He's way back there. Great." So he lets his brother, Irad, go out with the 7 and the 5, who's been on the lead for all of his races. They'll try to raid him off this horse here, the 7, and kind of have a target here of Armagnac. So right here, if you've bet early voting, you're smiling, right?
Oh, yeah, because the horse that's in the lead is not going to win, right?
Right. Yes. He knows the 7 is not going to have much of a horse. I mean, you never know for sure, but you got a good idea. And then you're looking back, and the 2 biggest challengers are back there, second to last and last.
And the pace is pitifully slow.
And so then you're really smiling when you know that this horse, early voting, has put up fast fractions in his last 2 races, and he just ran a half in 48 seconds.
So he's in no trouble.
Yep.
The pace is easy. The Ortiz brothers had a meeting before the race. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So anyway,
all right. So now they round the corner here, and as we said, the 7 is gonna kind of, he's
going to become the 7.
Yeah, he's going to start to fade a little bit. Yeah. Look at Irad. Oh, I want to pull that right back up right here. Watch Irad right here. See how he looked back? Let's pull that back one more time. That's a great feeling if you bet a horse like that. Irad's peeking around. He goes, okay, who is this over here? Okay, that's Secret Oath. Where's Epicenter? I still don't see him. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's kick on. And so here he goes, turning for home here, and he's going to take over the lead right there.
Yeah, and the race is over.
Yeah, it effectively is. Right here, Secret Oath has got a shot. She's had to go a little bit wide. Yeah. She's not going to be quite good enough. Right there, he went left-handed. That did make the horse drift a little bit, but he didn't really lose a lot of momentum, and he's gone.
Yep. And Secret Oath, well, we'll watch him again here, or her here in a little bit, but here comes Epicenter running a fantastic finish. Right. Yep. Closed a lot of ground and
there's the best trainer in the country celebrating another Preakness win. Now you said Epicenter. Let's just go right to him here. I'll pause it real quick. Let's go to Epicenter. You said he ran a fantastic race. He's closing on the winner. So let's go to him right now. He is the 8 horse. I'm sure everybody.
Before we start, I've read a lot of shit on Twitter.
Okay.
And he didn't get out of the gate. That's not true. He wasn't great out of the gate.
Yeah.
But when somebody says he doesn't get out of the gate, that means he gets bumped, he hops or something. No, he was just a little slow getting out of the gate.
Right. And we'll watch it now.
This did not cost him the race.
Still freezing. First of all, people are saying, well, he got pinched out of the gate. Look at this. He did not get pinched out of the gate. Epicenter is the 8 horse. He's fine. So here's what happened. All right. So here he goes. Right here, the 7 goes. Why does the 8 not go? I'm not saying get in front of him. Why was he not asked for speed to at least get clear of the 9 and kind of get to the hip of the 7?
And then look over there at the 5. He can see the 5.
Yeah.
That's the one he's got to beat. Right?
To me, I would track the 5 and the 7.
I would too. And he's got a perfect opportunity to split those 2 horses and just follow him.
Okay, so here's what happened. So now he's going to say, uh-oh. So now he's right there. So now he's lost position, right?
Yep.
Now he's mid-pack. He's going to be mid-pack at best at this situation. He did not ask him for speed. He tucked him in. He's still okay. Like, this is still not a disaster, right?
Absolutely not.
If he gets clean, and he could sit about 4th, and he'd be all right. But watch what happens. Happy Jack is right here. Watch him. Bam, right there. He comes over, and then boom.
Yep.
Now you're screwed. Now he had to take up. And now guess what? You're behind every horse but 1.
Yeah. And this is where he lost the race.
So this is where the race was lost. So now all of a sudden, okay, here he is sitting. He's right here second to last. Now, he sat about that far away from the pace in the Kentucky Derby. So if you're watching this, you're kind of beginner. Maybe you're new to racing. You're like, well, what are you talking about? He set the same exact spot. here's going to be the difference. I'll play it a little bit here. So here he is. He's back second to last.
And he's not that far behind the 5, right?
Yeah, but but here's the problem.
He has too many horses in front of him.
Look up at the right corner.
Okay.
The opening half mile went in 24.32.
Yes.
In the Derby, the opening half mile, or the opening quarter was 24.32. The opening quarter of the Kentucky Derby was significantly faster.
Yeah, this is a very slow pace.
That's where the problem is. The other problem is Epicenter can run a 24.32 opening quarter in his sleep.
Yeah.
And he's back in 8th. So the problem is he's in big trouble. So from here, no matter what happens from now on, he's in big trouble. He's not anywhere where he wants to be. So now he's stuck inside of horses. But if you notice, he's in stride. He's okay, right? Like he's not upset, throwing his head, anything like that.
No.
He just doesn't have the position.
Right.
So he's going to track here, and he never gets out of anywhere but second to last until they finally ask him to run. And, well, that's not really true. There he goes. He did pass the 3 who quit, and we'll talk about the 3 in a minute, who quit like at the half-mile pole. So he's starting to make his move a bit here. He's not in horrible position. He does save ground. That's the good news, but he never could really get the momentum going because he was always behind horses. Watch this. This is Creative Minister that he's behind. He has nowhere to go but to follow him. He has no other option. Now he's screwing into the long stocking right here, right?
Yeah, he knocked him into the rail.
Knocked him into the rail like Vicky was mentioning. Now here he goes, but he has had to wait for Creative Minister to get off that rail before he could make his move. He's going to slide in there by Armagnac, but at this point it's too late. He cannot catch the winner.
Right. Nope.
But watch him, and you said it. He dug in. He kept trying. He's trying to get to him. He just can't do it.
No. And when the pace is that slow, that lead horse hasn't run that fast. And he's got something left for the stretch run. And he had enough left to hold him off.
Yeah. And Greg said he doesn't think voting was tired, and that goes right to what Papa Dude was saying. He wasn't tired because he got a pretty nice trip. Like I said, we'll go back and watch the Wood Memorial and the Withers a little bit later on in the show. I want to show people those races. Early voting was hustled. He set a strong pace in those races, but not that strong pace in the Wood, but a strong pace in the Withers.
Yeah,
this horse ran slower than he had ever ran before up front in this race. And that was the difference. That's why he was able to finish much stronger.
Right. And Curtis here, saying, I don't think I meant that. That's probably the way I sounded. I did say these horses there's a few that shouldn't have been in this race, but that's not why the results are the way it was. I'm not saying that.
Ultimately, when a horse gets in trouble, sometimes it's the horse's fault. He finds trouble. And sometimes he just gets a ride that led to the trouble, right?
Yeah.
The bottom line is, Skippy Longstocking kind of messed with him a little bit. Yeah, Happy Jack kind of messed with him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But here's the deal. You're Epicenter. You have the speed to get clear of a bunch of horses. You've seen him do it.
You got the best horse in the race.
If you are on Epicenter and you are letting Happy Jack cause you troubles and Skippy Longstocking cause you troubles, I don't know what to tell you. You've got the horse that could have got out of those situations, and you let him get in those situations. So, maybe these horses didn't belong in the race, but it's not their fault that they caused trouble.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I saw the race, and you had kind of told me he got a horrible ride, that he didn't get up, like you say, follow that 6 horse. He let early voting get away from him.
Yeah.
And I know he wasn't told that.
Yeah.
I know they knew that horse was the lone speed in the race. And you can't let the lone speed get away. You just can't.
Asmussen said the pre-race instructions were get out of the gate, ride for position, and then let them fall where they fall after that. Not go back to second last. So
he didn't ride for position. That's the thing.
Yeah. Jeff Bauer says, you boys, don't think either one of us are boys anymore, Jeff, especially Papa Dude. But you boys should consider for a second that Epicenter just isn't as good as you wanted him to be.
That could be true.
Well, I don't. Here's the two things aren't mutually exclusive, Jeff. He could have gotten a bad trip, and he's not as good as we thought he would be. Right?
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people on Twitter have said what Jeff has said, and YouTube comments. And I guess I'm just confused why both can't be true. If he gets a good trip, he probably wins the race.
Yep.
Is he still a great horse? No, because he proved yesterday he can't overcome something like that. A great horse can overcome a bad trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may not be as good as we think he is. He may not.
I don't think he is. I think if you finish second to Happy Jack, you're not that good.
Right.
I mean, you're good. He's very good. First of all, if you think Epicenter is not very good, I don't know. I mean, he's a very good horse, but he's not elite.
No.
And I think the Derby showed us he wasn't elite, but still coming into that race, I thought he was definitely good enough to win.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. So I don't think
he didn't get the trip. Early voting got the perfect trip.
Sure. Yeah.
For a lone speed horse.
Mm-hmm.
To not have to be on the lead because another idiot takes off and it's the lead a slow lead. Let's not forget that.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to just lope along there and not extend himself. And then he had something left to hold off Epicenter down the stretch.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and the other part of it is, and I think people kind of get mad that you don't give the winner enough credit. The winner definitely deserves credit. The winner ran a 105 buyer.
He ran his race.
He ran a great race, and he got the best of the trips. I think Epicenter and early voting are very comparable horses. I really do. Mm-hmm. But I think one got a great trip and one did not. And you know, like I said, if Epicenter and early voting get the same trip, I think Epicenter would have beaten him. And I'll tell you this: if early voting would have got Epicenter's trip, there's no way early voting could have beaten him.
Oh no, Lord no!
And that's not a knock on him. That's just the facts. I think this is a crop where nobody can really overcome something like this happening. We don't have a super horse.
No.
So, and you know, and that's just how it is. So again, a lot of people have said this, and it's not, I'm not saying he's a super horse.
No.
I'm just saying that's a tough luck, you know, it's tough racing luck. I think Vicky said it. It's tough racing luck. So, all right, let's move on. Dennis says Rick Strike, he can overcome it.
Rick Strike did it once, that's for sure.
He looked good at Churchill Downs on Preakness Day.
Right.
Nice work, 47-2. All right, let's look at Creative Minister, the 2-horse here. Watch his trip. The big gray, he breaks, and you know, we knew he was going to come from out of it a little bit. Fenwick messes with him a little bit early, but he's in a pretty good spot for his running style. But watch Fenwick. He's messing with him. He's pushing him into simplification. But still, he gets better position. And I don't think anybody in the world thought Creative Minister would be ahead of Epicenter, but there he is.
Here. I know. See, that's another thing. I thought Epicenter would be about third.
Yeah, I thought Epicenter, well, if you want to pause it here, I thought he would be maybe where Happy Jack or Simplification was.
I thought he would be within range of the leader, loping along. I didn't think he'd be ahead, but I never thought he'd let him get more than a length or two ahead of him.
Yeah, I agree. I thought maybe about 2 lengths behind him. And see how it unfolds from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Creative Minister here, though.
Yes,
Creative Minister. He's right here. The gray, really good trip. He's saving all the ground. He's ahead of Epicenter. He's ahead of a Secret Oath. If you bet him, you got to be pretty excited about it. He seems to be very comfortable after getting messed with early on, and he's just kind of ranging up, starting to make his move here. And you notice Epicenter is going to have to kind of follow him.
He's probably in the clear.
He's in the clear
after he got loose there from that first beginning.
Yep, and for him being ahead of Epicenter kind of gave him the luxury to maybe get to the outside for his stretch run here. You see, he's saving ground on the turn, and then you're going to see the jock kind of start to tip him out to start to make his run. He's getting away from Armagnac, who he knows is going to come back to him. Now he's tipped out. he's in a good spot. It's just, this is his first stakes race. It's going to be tough. We knew it'd be tough, but look at him. He's fighting. And him and Secret Oath are Secret Oath's a little bit ahead of him, and he actually outfinishes the filly here just by a little bit. He's digging in. I think he's looked at Epicenter, kind of sees him, and he just stays on for a nice third here. I thought this was a really good race from him.
Yeah. He showed potential, no doubt about it.
Yeah. For a first stakes, that's really good. Now, I don't know. Maybe he's a horse that's more of the Ohio's or Oklahoma, Iowa Derby type.
Well, sure he is. Sure.
Yeah. But
yeah, he's not a take him to Saratoga horse, I don't think.
Well, we'll see. He's going to go to the Belmont. So,
well, that's okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, for sure. If you see these Belmont prospects, if you've got a 3-year-old with a pulse, send them to the Belmont. They got a shot. So,
right.
All right, let's move on now to the final one we're going to talk about. It's the filly. It's Secret Oath. She's the 4. We talked about it before the race, and we said, the good thing about the Luis Saez is he got her in a good position up the backstretch in the Kentucky Oaks. Let's fast forward to the Preakness. She breaks all right. A little bit of a bobble, but she's in good shape. But all of a sudden, she just gets out kicked, doesn't she?
Yeah, and we've talked before we went on the air. Why in the hell is she so far back?
Yeah, he didn't ask her for any speed. He kind of just let him fall. And you could see he's almost taking her back like, okay, we're going to make one run today.
And that's what he did. And he had to go way wide. And she made a good move, no question. But again, when she's with the boys, she doesn't seem to have enough to get around them.
Yeah. So
because this is what she's done in most of her races. She makes that big move and then she kicks them. But when she's done it against the boys, it's the same way in the Arkansas Derby. When she made her move, she couldn't catch them.
Yep, exactly. And this really reminds you a lot of the Arkansas Derby. She kind of ran on a little better, I thought, in this race. But the trip was pretty similar. She's a beautiful horse, man. She's just striding out there. She's calm. There goes Fenwick dropping out. And again, though, like you said, the turn is coming, and look how wide she's going to have to go.
She had to run farther than anybody else.
And it probably cost her third, because if we pointed out Creative Minister and how it was a great ride. Like, watch. Here's Creative Minister right here, saving all the ground. Here she comes out wide.
Now look at her make her move.
Yeah, she passes a lot of horses here.
She is sucking them under now.
Yeah.
But she had to go wide.
And let's pause it right here. Who would have thought on the turn Epicenter would be behind Secret Oath?
Exactly.
It's crazy. Anyway, here we go. She's running, and like I said, she's going to pass Creative Minister for a second here, and it's like, oh man, she's going to run and get up here and maybe get second, maybe get third. And like I said, just kind of flattened out here towards the end of this race.
Yep.
But still running hard. I mean, she this is a really good filly. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and she's going to be a factor down the stretch of the summer. She'll be in some races, and she'll be a threat, because I don't think he'll run her against the boys again.
No, the plan for Secret Oath is to go to the Coaching Club American Oaks at Saratoga, then the Alabama at Saratoga, then the Cotillion at Parks, and then the Breeders' Cup. He's
got the plan with her.
And this could be true. She might just need a little bit of a fresh start.
Well, I would think that's true. She's had a very active winter and spring. Mm-hmm. She's run what now? 5 times, I think. This spring, or is it 6?
Let's see. She ran 1, 2, 3, 4. That was her 5th race off the top of my head.
Okay. And I think she ran in early December too.
She ran early December. She ran 4 times in Oaklawn, but 1 was in December. Yes. Right. That's why I was thinking. I was like, 6, but no, it's 5 this year, 6 overall. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it is what it is. With this race, the best horse won the race. I will say that. It was a good trip, and he proved to be best. He ran a career high buyer.
He did.
Hats off to Chad Brown. Training job was fantastic.
And before I'm going to make a comment, I'm going to piss a lot of people off, but I don't really care. And because I feel this way, and you don't bash jockeys too much.
No, and I want to be clear that with Rosario, listen, he didn't. This is not a ride on his highlight reel.
No,
right? But
it
what happens?
you people that are bashing these jockeys, you get your ass on that horse and you ride it.
Yeah.
And you make that split-second decision. You do it. Because sometimes you're going to win and sometimes you're not. And that's the way it is. And I've been at the track. I've seen these mammoth beasts go running down, and the sound it makes sounds like a thunderstorm. And you're a little bitty guy or gal in the middle of that. And you got to make a split-second decision. And your life's dependent on it. You get on there and do it.
Yeah.
You get on there and do it.
I don't like to bash them. And that's why I was thankful we weren't on, because, you're a little, after you lose a bet.
Yeah.
And I hit the exacta but lost the win bet. And I was
mad.
I was mad. Listen, it's okay to be mad at the jockeys, but don't go to the extreme and say they're idiots, they're morons, they're, all that kind of stuff. It's just like, hey, it wasn't a great ride. He knows it.
Hey, we got to blame somebody when we don't get our bet right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just human nature. And he did. I'm not saying he rode the horse well. He didn't. He didn't get a good ride. He did not ride the horse very well. But I still wouldn't do it.
No,
I couldn't do it. How about that?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a tough job. It's kind of, I think Vicky says it best. My daily decision at work, mine neither, Vicky, don't occur on a 1,200-pound animal. No, with tiny people.
Yeah, with 9 other 1,200-pound animals riding all around you, and you got about a foot between you and the one right beside you.
Yeah.
And one slip up. Here's another thing. You try riding that horse on the saddle they got, and how they stay on those things, I have no idea.
Yeah, and I think Vicky's right. Critique the ride, and that's fair. It was not a great ride.
No.
But Joel Rosario is not a POS like I've seen on Twitter 100 times. He was not smart.
I think he's proven himself a few times.
He just was not a smart decision maker on Saturday.
No, and it happened to be in a big race where we all critique it.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Yeah, and listen, if a jockey gives up, doesn't ride very well for third, that's I get it. I'm not saying never get mad at a jockey.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. So
I just wouldn't do it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching that video there on our recap of the Preakness. And we will go on to the next subject I wanted to get to, because we were going crazy about it on the live show. Rich Strike is a horse.
Rodney's got a question here first.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, we'll do that. Was it a poor trip for elite horse? Is this race or early voting? Is that good? Oh, wait a second. What is it? I didn't read that right.
Was it a poor trip for elite horses in this race, or is early voting that good?
There were no elite horses in this race. Early voting, Epicenter, they're very comparable. Early voting got the better trip, and I think that's why he won, is how I would answer that.
Yeah, he got the best trip. And he's a decent horse, no doubt.
Oh, I think he's better than decent.
And here's the thing, too. We kind of forgot, at least me. What's the best rate? What's the best bet in horse racing? Lone speed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And we kind of got confused on it. Although you guys talked it, you discussed it a lot. If he could get out in the lead, he was going to be tough to catch. And that's what happened. And the second best horse in the race just didn't have that trip. He needed to beat him.
Yeah. What happened basically was, Rodney, Epicenter kind of has the ability to get a very similar position early in the race, like early voting. And he didn't get that position. No. And when that happened, it really opened the door for early voting to just take it to him. Now, that being said, a horse gets a good trip, gets the setup needed. They still have to finish the race and be good enough to win.
That's right.
And that's where early voting, I don't think we're giving him enough credit still. He
still
has to turn for home. He has to kick. He has to take advantage of the setup that he's gotten. And he was able to do that. Yeah.
He won the race. There's no doubt about it.
Early voting was fantastic in this race.
He ran a great race.
And I think, again, that's what you can say, boy, Epicenter got a bad trip without it meaning, well, early voting sucks. No. Early voting's very good.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's move on to the next subject, though.
Got it.
Rich Strike kind of threw this odds board when it comes to betting a win into a tizzy on Saturday. The overreaction of a lifetime came right here in this race. Everybody was picking the 30 and 50 to 1 shots, betting the 30 and 50 to 1 shots. Fenwick was 50 to 1 on the morning line. He went off at 13 to 1.
That's unbelievable.
Happy Jack was 30 to 1 on the morning line. He went off at almost 12 to 1, 11.9 to 1. Armagnac was 30 to 1. He went off at 18 to 1. Skippy Longstocking was 20 to 1 on the morning line. He went off at 12 to 1. What this created were fantastic odds for the top 4 horses in the race, who clearly were the top 4 horses to beat. Early voting went off at almost 6 to 1. Epicenter, who we all thought would go off at 4 to 5, went off at 6 to 5. Secret Oath went off at 5 to 1. We thought she'd get pounded. She went off at 5 to 1. Simplification, who, by the way, bled in this race, so he does have an excuse. He came back and he had bled, so that's why he kind of stopped. He went off at 8 to 1. Can you believe the overreaction for the Rich Strike thing happened to this magnitude?
Never would I guess that in a million years.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't have, and that can't be the smart money.
Well, no, absolutely not.
Well, what I'm getting at is we got that many people besides the smart money that are betting this. I guess we do.
Okay, so that's where the shock came in for me, because early in the day these odds were like this, and I thought, well, that'll correct itself. The early money's in, the fan money's in, and then when the real money starts to come in, what this tells you, folks, actual horse players were betting it like this. Right?
Yeah.
Fenwick was 50 to 1
yeah,
morning
it has
line,
to be.
and should have been 300 to 1 in this race when you look at his.
Right.
And crazy to think this horse was 13 to 1.
Absolutely. And I just, because most people that bet long shots like that, what will they throw? $5 on it, 10 maybe.
Right.
So we're gonna go put 10 on that. What the hell? I'll make some money if he wins. Isn't that what you hear at the track?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's not what happened.
Real money was bet on these horses.
Real money by
people that
big-time gamblers. Big-time gamblers that don't mind losing $1,000 were putting money on it, right? Isn't that what you're saying?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Real money was bet on these horses. If Fenwick is 50 to 1 and goes off at like 28 to 1, okay, that's just, money
I don't
that
think I've ever seen this before.
I bet we were losing our minds, and people that don't really maybe follow it or didn't understand, it's like, well, Rich Strike won. Why are you guys saying this? And it's like, you don't get it. You're betting you're not betting on a long shot. You're betting on a middle priced horse because people have bet these horses down so far. Yeah. There's not a true long shot in this race now.
Well, I guarantee you, like I say, I was at this wedding and I didn't know what was going on. If I saw early voting was 6 to 1, there is no doubt I would have put money on him.
Yeah.
At 6 to 1, of course, Epicenter at 6 to 5 would have taken all my money because I would have bet $100 he was going to be 4 to 5 or 3 to 5.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what we were saying. We were pleading with people that I don't want to bet the chalk. We were saying, please, if you're watching this and you do not bet a favorite, no matter what, please bet early voting. Please bet simplification. Bet Secret Oath. These odds are stupid that you're getting on these horses.
I have never seen a 50 to 1 bet down to a 15 to 1.
Never. 13 to 1.
Okay, never.
No.
Never.
No.
That had to be huge money being put on that horse. Had to be.
Listen, Rich Strike was 81 to 1, right? Or 80 to 1. 80 to 1. Sorry. Mm-hmm. He was 80 to 1. So if somebody comes up to me and says, well, I'm going to bet $10 on Rich Strike, he's 80 to 1. I said this on the live stream. I said, hey, I think you're going to lose, but he's 80 to 1. Give it a shot.
Yeah, if you got $10 to throw away, do it.
If somebody would have come up to me and said, I'm going to bet $10 to win on Fenwick at 13-1. I would have tackled them. I would have not have let them leave my sight. That's how terrible that bet would have been.
Yeah.
Happy Jack was 11-1 in this race. Happy Jack. I mean,
that's unbelievable.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let it. I don't think well, you never say never in this game, but I don't know that we'll ever see anything like this again. But if you're watching and you're new to the game right now and you're watching us and you're hearing, well, this guy's a lunatic. Like, what is he? He's raving like crazy. When you're gonna bet a long shot, make sure they are indeed a long shot.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is great. It was crazy. It was wild.
We probably, folks, will never see an 80-1 win the Kentucky Derby again.
Yeah.
I'll just make that. I mean, it's just one of those things that happen. This is just shocking that these odds went down like this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
So the longest shot on the board was 18-1.
18-1.
God, that's unreal. In a $5,000 claimer, it's going to be there'll be a 20-1 or 30-1. This is a Preakness. It's 18.
Let me be clear once again what I'm trying to say here, because I don't want to get it misconstrued. Even if Fenwick would have won this race at 13-1, it's a horrific bet.
Oh,
horrific.
Yeah.
The results didn't even matter. He was 100-1 to win the race.
Yeah.
And
he got that's incredible. I want to say hi, Vale Place. It looks like I got a fan there, and I want to say hi to you.
Vale Place, yes. This Vale Place always is asking where Papa Dude is. We've delivered him, Vale.
Well, thank you. Good to see you on here. I think it's the first time you've been on, isn't it? On this show?
Maybe. I don't know. Dennis says, if you're new and watching this and wondering why he's raving like a lunatic, like I am, explain it to them like this. If the sky was red, would you be raving? This to me is the sky is red.
Yeah.
You got big fans.
This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I've never seen this ever.
Yeah.
And I've watched not as many races as you, but I've watched a bunch of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Vicky said a great deal of the value was stripped from the races yesterday. Derby weekend was much better. So yeah, Vicky, I totally agree, and it's just one of those things. 2 weeks rest. All these horses are gonna wait for the Belmont, whether it's a turf sprinter, an older horse that wants to go 2 turns, everything like that. They're gonna wait for that Belmont day. So the Preakness is kind of in a weird spot all around. It
really is.
And not just the Preakness itself, but the whole 2 days is kind of.
We discussed that Thursday, how the undercard was not very attractive as far as horses that are of high quality. And the Black Eyed Susan was, in my opinion, very, very weak. Yeah. Didn't have any of the big time fillies.
Yeah.
Yep.
He likes that you see Andy Serling as the bum he really is.
I do. But Aaron's kind of pointed out to me, and I know this too from watching some of those jokers on ESPN. Yeah. He is what he is because that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to piss people off.
Yeah, for sure. CJ Andrews says, wasn't Ram stupid low last year price wise like 10-1? Let's look him up. This is what we do on this show. We just pause it all. You got somebody needs to know something. Let's find Ram's Preakness. I think he was last, just like Fenton was.
Well, he was a fine horse to be in the Preakness, by the way.
He was not good. That was a dumb decision. Ram was almost 16-1, 15.9 to 1.
15.9. He should never have been that.
No, he absolutely shouldn't have.
What did he win? 1 race in his life, maybe 2.
Let's see what he has done. He won the race right before the Preakness. I think he's won 2. He's 2 for 20.
2 for 20.
It's not great. Let's see. He was beaten 36 3/4, and Fenwick was beaten 40 1/2.
So let's get this before we go on. Let's make sure we got this right. Rich Strike is not running in the Belmont either, correct?
No, he is. Rich Strike
is running in the Belmont.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Epicenter is not.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zandon is not.
Zandon is not. No.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. I will just read off go to our Twitter account here, and I will read off the probables and the possibles. Let's see. We've tweeted so much. All right, here we go. I can pull it up on the screen. Oh my goodness, look how good that looks. All right, so here. I did not plan that. All right, here are the probables. The probables are Barber Road, who was 6th in the Kentucky Derby. Creative Minister, a horse we just saw, 3rd in the Preakness, getting better. Golden Glider, he was 2nd in the Peter Pan. He will come into this race. Mo Donegal, 5th in the Kentucky Derby, beat the Preakness winner 2 back in the Wood Memorial, and also Truth Exposed favorite horse. Rich Strike, what did he win? Oh yeah, the Kentucky Derby. We the People, runaway winner of the Peter Pan. So those are the probables. The possibles, and I could think you could move Ethereal Road.
That's a problem.
Yeah. He was a runaway winner of the Sir Barton. Nest is a filly, so it'd be cool to have 2 fillies. Secret Oath, of course, the Preakness. Nest for the Belmont. She is possible. She was 2nd in the Kentucky Oaks. Skippy Longstocking, and also ran in the Preakness and Western River. He also was in the Peter Pan Stakes last time out.
So we have 9. We have 9 right at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't we have more if this is a Triple Crown race?
I'm not.
I know.
I told you before coming here. I'm not talking about that shit.
I'm sorry.
But yeah. Why can't Rich Strike hit the board against
He
these?
probably can.
So here's the deal, Dennis. Here's what's kind of funny about this. Let's pretend Rich Strike didn't run in the Kentucky Derby. And let's just say he went to the Peter Pan and he got 2nd. Because that's what they said they're thinking about doing with him if he didn't get in. I think you would look at this field and go, yeah, he could probably hit the board. Right?
I think so.
Who on this list is better than Rich Strike, even if you take off the Kentucky Derby?
Mo Donegal, probably.
Yes, for sure.
Won't he be the favorite?
I think he will be probably.
Yeah.
Yes, short price. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's nothing else in there that Rich Strike can't beat.
I mean, We the People is a horse that looked great, but he did it in the Peter Pan. This is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Creative Minister, he looks solid. I mean, you'll have to run well to beat him, I think. Golden Glider is
I think Creative Minister will take some money for sure.
Yeah. But a lot of people are like, he has no shot, Rich Strike. Huh?
No, yes, he does.
I think he's got a shot.
Listen, if that horse runs like he did in the Kentucky Derby, mm-hmm. he's going to beat almost anybody.
Mm-hmm.
People are not giving him enough credit for the race he ran in that Derby.
Yeah.
What we're saying is, can he repeat it? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if he runs like that again, that was a tremendous stretch run. I'm telling you, he ran down 2 horses that are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And they were running really well. And he just sucked them under like they were standing still, and they weren't standing still.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, he's got a shot.
He's got a shot.
Yeah,
he really does.
There's nothing in there.
I mean,
I wouldn't be afraid of any of them.
I'm not going to pick him to win the race.
Well, out of that right there, just looking and knowing what I know about what they've run in and everything, I would go Mo Donegal first, I think, right now, just kind of before I ever even look at it much, because I think he's got the best class.
Truth Exposed, one of our best commenters. He's been on Mo Donegal for months. That was his Derby horse. Truth Exposed for the first time, all Triple Crown. I think we might be on the same horse. Listen, a lot of people are saying We the People. I own We the People in the fantasy league. I'm thrilled with how he ran at the Peter Pan. I'm thrilled that he's in the Belmont. I don't know. I think he's got a shot. Oh, you're a girl. Well, same thing. It doesn't matter. Truth Exposed. How am I supposed to know if you're a girl or boy? You've never told me.
Very emphatic about that too. All caps.
Yeah, I know. Well, don't be upset. I've never known that.
No, we're sorry. Okay, Rachel, we know now. Okay.
Rachel, it's nice to meet you. Yes. I don't have to call you Truth Exposed anymore.
We didn't know who. We have no way of knowing.
And I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you, girl.
I kind of am too. I would look at
Vicky, that's the line of the night. Rachel, the truth is finally exposed.
That's really good, Vicky. That is really good.
Oh, I love Vicky.
I don't know why Ethereal Road wouldn't have a chance in this race.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't like Barber Road. I know a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go with the top three. Mo Donegal, not necessarily in this order.
Yeah.
Mo Donegal, Creative Minister, and Rich Strike. Just looking at them.
I would go Mo Donegal, We the People. I don't know.
You go Mo Donegal, We the People.
Mo Donegal, We the People. I almost said Rich Strike. I just can't bring myself to do it.
I can.
Creative Minister, sure. Let's just throw. I don't know.
Brett Glotzer says he's a girl too.
Well, he is not a girl. She is a girl, but he is not. It's she.
She's a girl?
Yeah, Bree. Yeah.
This is Brett.
I know, but she also has Bree most times on her name. So,
does she know if she's a girl or a boy?
Yeah, I don't know. These days, who knows?
These days and times, we don't know. But anyway.
Everybody is very excited. Dennis is a girl too.
That we knew.
Oh, I tell you what, this is
somebody had on here. I don't know where it was. We're getting so many comments here.
This is why we can't have nice things. The show just goes off the rails.
Well, I know
commenters.
These commenters are great, but somebody scroll back up there. I can't even remember what. But
well, hold on before you get to that.
They were talking about somebody that's not going to be in the Belmont.
Hold on, before you get to that, CJ says, "Isn't We the People loose?" ? Yeah, but when you look at this, he's dangerous because it looks like he's definitely loose. So anyway, what are we talking about?
I don't know. I lost you there.
I know you weren't paying any attention. You're thinking.
No. Your audio was screwed up.
No way, really?
Yes,
he looks loose on the lead. Okay, did you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear that now.
What are you wanting to look at here?
Can you scroll back up?
I'm scrolling.
Huh?
I'm scrolling.
Okay. Let's keep going. I can't remember what it was, but there was a horde. They wanted us to answer. Rodney had a question. Early voting.
Oh, right here.
It's not in the Preakness.
Yeah, early voting is skipping, Rodney. Ethereal Road is in. Early voting not in.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to answer.
Yeah. If early voting was in, We the People would have a lot of company, maybe up top.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. No early speed. Now, this could change. We could see horses enter. But yeah, right now, We the People looks pretty.
I mean, we have an eternity of time between this race and the Preakness. Yeah. We have 3 whole weeks.
Right, yes. What are we going to do for 3 weeks?
Get these massive animals ready to run.
Yeah. No, Asmussen is not sending Epicenter as of right now.
No, he won't send him.
Yeah.
He's going to freshen him up for the Saratoga.
Greg says Mo Donegal isn't overrated. I agree. I think he's rated about where he should be. And listen, Mo Donegal wins this race. He'll go into the summer with a great chance to be the 3-year-old of the year. And yeah, we know that Mo Donegal can get 1.5 miles for sure. He could probably get 2 miles.
You think he has a great chance to win Horse of the Year if he wins this?
3-year-old.
Do you? You think
he's got as good a chance as anybody? If it goes Rich Strike, early voting, Mo Donegal for the 3 different Triple Crown races, Mo Donegal has a great shot for 3-year-old of the year if he can win a couple of races.
What if Rich Strike finishes second by a nose?
Well, he will go into Rich Strike, if that happens, will go into the summer as the top horse, top 3-year-old.
Okay.
But he still would have a little bit of work to do. Now, if Rich Strike can win the Belmont, he probably will be the 3-year-old of the year.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Patty's right. Nest is a girl, too. We're finding out.
That I knew.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
I give Nest no chance, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't either. Zandon, no. He's not in the Belmont, I should say. But if you're talking about 3-year-old of the year, yeah, Zandon will go into the summer with a chance at it. He's going to have to, since he didn't win the Derby and he's not going to run in the other 2, he will have to go probably to Saratoga and sweep the Jim Dandy and the Travers. If he does that, he will be the top horse in the crop going into the Breeders' Cup, probably. And when you get these Triple Crown races that are so wide open, Jason is right. You get the Triple Crown where it's all 3 different winners. Travers is shaking up to be one hell of a race. The Travers is going to go a long ways in determining this thing. It's going to be fantastic. It might be as good as the Kentucky Derby this year. So, all right. Any other thoughts on the Preakness before we wrap this up?
I just want to know what you guys are going to do this week.
Well,
I know you're not going to be in town.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to be in Vegas, and I'm just going to do whatever I want for a week. And that's not true. I'll still be handicapping races and doing picks and probably being on video.
Are you staying out there?
I'll be there a week.
A week?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We leave Monday, tomorrow at 12:49. We get into town at 1:48, and let's see, we will either a week, and we fly back Memorial Day next Monday at like 6 a.m. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
So no show Thursday, I'm assuming.
Yeah. For anybody watching, the Thursday show has been canceled. I must go to Circa Swim. Okay. I could do that. I could definitely do that. Dennis says, what? You're going to Vegas? How are you going to get home after you're broke? I'm going to watch wrestling, Dennis. I'm not going to gamble.
When is that?
Okay, so we got 3 shows we're going to.
Oh, we got 3. Okay.
We have a Wednesday night show, a Friday night show, and a Sunday night show. Yeah. So we got out Monday and Tuesday to enjoy Vegas, and then the real action begins.
Okay.
And there you go.
All right.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's right.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Our man Rodney again had a question. The big summer races, I guess we can kind of highlight those real quick.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. I didn't see that question. Go ahead. You want me to do it? Are you going to start?
Well, I think the next thing we're looking at, Rodney, after the Belmont is Saratoga in New York, correct?
Yeah.
Or New York's like you. Mm-hmm. And I was the same way. Saratoga is huge. That's one of the best, if not the best tracks in the country. And correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, this is a huge training grounds, whatever, for 2-year-olds that are coming up. The good 2-year-olds will start running at Saratoga. The best trainers in the country will be at Saratoga. Mm-hmm. And this race, this meet is fabulous. So the Travers is for 3-year-olds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is the Haskell for 3-year-olds?
Yes. So
that's not at Saratoga though.
Yeah. So to focus on Saratoga, the next 2 big ones at Saratoga is the Jim Dandy, which is a prep for the Travers. They'll run the Jim Dandy in July, and then the last weekend in August they will run the Travers. And the Travers is called the Midsummer Derby. It's right. Like almost, it's not as big as the Kentucky Derby. Nothing is, but it's close. It's huge. So those 2 races are massive. The Saratoga meet itself is just fantastic. Rodney, I know you've said that you're kind of new to racing. Stay tuned. That's the best racing in the world, or not the world, the country every year. So it's 6 weeks up, or I think it's 7 weeks now, actually, extended the season up in upstate New York, Saratoga Springs. So keep an eye out on that. Also, the Haskell is at Monmouth Park in New Jersey that Papa Dude mentioned. It's I can't remember, it's the 3rd or 4th week in July, and it's a very big race as well. And so what horses will do, they'll run in the Haskell and the Travers, or they'll run in the Jim Dandy and the Travers.
Right.
Yeah. So keep your eye on that.
And then the next thing that happens will be the Breeders' Cup after that. So that's what's left. And a lot of people that are new to horse racing think horse racing's over after the Belmont. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's thousands of people that think that. Mm-hmm. But it goes, Saratoga is the next big one, and the big races are there, and then they get ready for the good ones get ready for the Breeders' Cup after that.
Yep. Yeah, and Travers is the Summer Derby. It is fantastic. It's so much fun. And I don't know. I may be at Saratoga for an extended amount of time this year. So if you're going to be in Saratoga this year, you may see me around a lot, and that could be good. So we'll see how that goes. I think we got a place maybe locked down up in Plattsburgh for an extended amount of time over the summer. So we'll see what happens. Yes, okay. It's possible. Can hear tomorrow. Could be a big day for me tomorrow. Flying to Vegas, could hear something about a place. So, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. Anything else?
No, not on Preakness.
Yeah, I don't want to.
We got to talk about.
I don't want to talk about it.
I know, but we have to.
All right, let's real quickly. I'm not going to bring it up on the screen.
What he's all upset about, folks, is our goalie for the Blues got hurt last night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't look good for us. Mm-mm. It didn't look real good for us anyway. Now we're kind of doomed. But here's the deal, Aaron. Other teams lose their goalie, mm-hmm. and they bounce back, like Carolina.
See, you're so mad you just dropped your computer.
Oh, I hit it. And Carolina hasn't had their starting goalie the whole thing. So Husso's got to step in. The rest of the team's got to play better. Now, I didn't see but about a period of the game last night. Mm-hmm. I thought they played okay in the third period.
I don't think they played bad the whole game, really.
Well, they were griping. I was listening to it on the radio on the way home from Bongo land, and they were griping about the way they were playing on the radio. They didn't think they were giving up too many odd man rushes and turning the puck over too much. So they got to clean that up. Husso was okay. I'm like you. I'm really down. So, but I think I don't think they're going to win, but they could win game 4 if they come out with a great effort.
It's over.
I said they could win game 4.
It's over.
You know what happened? I picked them last night. That's what happened.
That was dumb. Why'd you do that?
Well, because I'm really bad about this. Okay, I usually don't pick the Blues at all. Anytime they play, I don't pick them, but that was the only race. That was the only game. Mm-hmm. So I had to have a best bet. And I don't like, when I pick against the Blues, I am so stupid that even if I don't bet it, I have no money on it, I still want them to get beat. I want to be right.
Right.
I didn't want to do that last night. So
what's wrong with this? What's wrong with our website? There it is. All right. So you can go to the website and find all these picks that Papa Dude's talking about. Each day we do all the games just like we do in horse racing. So
we do.
Go to racingnews.com/sports. Or if you go to racingnews.com, click on other sports, and you can get all these. So this is what Papa Dude is talking about here. Here's our picks. Magic made hockey.
This is my main job.
Yeah. So Magic made hockey picks today as well, it looks like. But look, we're 2 for 2. We both picked Tampa and the Rangers today.
And we all have Calgary.
Yeah, and we all have Calgary tonight to take a 2-1 lead in Edmonton. But the Blues are done.
Well, I'm afraid you're right. But I give them half a chance tomorrow night. I do.
They're done.
They probably are. But
they're done. We have to. For us to beat Colorado, we have to have great goaltending.
We do.
We don't have it anymore, so we're done.
Now, let me ask you this. I sat and watched the hit where he got hurt. Mm-hmm. Do you think it was dirty? Or was it just a hockey play?
No, it was dirty. Yeah. I think it was dirty. Yeah. By the way, Red Fox says, does the Pacific Classic matter? Well, the question was about 3-year-olds. Yeah, the Pacific Classic at Del Mar does matter. And there's great racing at Del Mar, just not a lot of 3-year-old racing. And that's what he asked about. But yeah, Del Mar's a great meet too. Anyway, back to this depressing stuff you're making me talk about. Yeah, we're screwed. Screwed.
On the bright side for me, Tampa is still alive. And that's my second favorite team.
Sure.
Listen, you get too serious about the Blues sometimes. I don't ever overestimate them. And I didn't think they were going to beat Colorado anyway. And look at the bright side. Now we have an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much time did you spend on your picks today?
On what picks? Which one?
Your hockey picks. Do you spend much time or do you just click?
No, the hockey picks are very easy for me. I follow it almost as closely as racing, so it doesn't take me long to pick. I've got a good idea.
How much trouble do you have? Okay, I had trouble with Tampa Bay, Florida again.
No, none at all. Tampa was going to dominate. It took 1 second to pick that one. I've told you for 3 weeks Tampa Bay would win these 2 rounds, and this is just a joke. They're killing them. Anyway, next.
How about the next one? I thought these 3 games were tough today.
Okay, this one was tough. The Rangers haven't looked great, but Carolina just hasn't been able to score a lot. So I thought
me too.
The Rangers would kind of get back in the series today.
Right.
And it was a tougher pick for sure.
Yeah, and Carolina has not been dominating them.
Yeah.
And the Rangers are pretty good.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was easy for me too.
I didn't say it was easy. I thought that was a little harder. But yeah. I thought the Rangers would win.
Oh, that's right. I should have said that too.
Obviously. This one was the hardest one.
This I have no feel at all.
So yeah, if you're betting hockey, the playoff series, to me, well, I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but I've been 8-3 this week.
Yeah, you've had a really good week.
Because, and I just have a really good feel for them. But the ones I've missed have been this series. And you're right. The Calgary Edmonton games are nuts. They're out of control.
Hey, this is going to be a game to watch.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
These 2 teams are going to get after it. I will be surprised. This isn't a barn burner tonight.
Awesome.
I finally just picked the best team. I think they're the better team.
Yeah.
But Edmonton is good. And so this is a toss-up. Yeah. Quickly on the NBA, you don't have to say a word. I have no feel for Boston and Miami. None.
Yeah.
None. I have no feel on that. The game tonight, I think, is going to be really good. I picked Dallas. You went with the Warriors, that's good. I almost did.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Dallas plays really well at home. And I don't know if you watched the Golden State game the other night when they made that comeback. You probably didn't.
I did.
Okay. I don't think they can play like that again. Holy cow. They were awesome in that second half.
When I watch this NBA crap, and it's just crap compared to hockey. I'm sorry. The hockey's so much better right now than the NBA.
Here's the deal.
But hold on before you say that.
Okay.
When I watch this basketball, the Golden State Warriors look superior to anybody else.
I agree. I just have a feeling tonight. But I watched hockey all afternoon. And I might watch a little bit of the basketball tonight, just something different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to watch it. What I do is I just flip back and forth when they're both on at the same time.
If you paid me $100, I might watch the basketball game tonight.
Really? You're not going to tune in at all?
Not 1 second of it. Nope.
I've kind of gotten into it a little bit this year.
Tony A says, it's Nest running in the Belmont. She's possible. She's on the possible list. Yeah. And Talk Horse says, LOL. Tony A says, Tony, we talked about him for an hour. So if you're just joining us, just hit the rewind button on the YouTube and we talk all about it. We're kind of ending the show right now. So that's why
I agree with Jason, and you do too. The hockey has been incredible. Yeah. If you like hockey.
Yeah.
You got to like hockey. Mm-hmm. And most of us in the States never played hockey, or exposed to it. So
Jason is I don't know if you're from upstate New York, but you live in upstate New York, and that's a more hockey centric crowd for sure.
Yeah, I was sitting watching today the Tampa Bay Florida game.
Mm-hmm.
And Sandy was sitting there, and I said, can you believe in the state of Florida, hockey is as big as it is? In the state of Florida, those fans have never played hockey.
Yeah.
Very few of them, and they were going crazy in Tampa Bay today. And did you ever think a Stanley Cup would be won in Florida?
No, and it may go back there again.
Yeah.
For the third straight time. Yeah.
Dallas, Texas is another one. There's ice rinks all over Dallas, Texas because of the hockey team that's there.
Well, St. Louis, Missouri is a good example. I mean, it's the Midwest. It's more, it's the northern part of Missouri, sort of at least the middle part of Missouri. But hockey's grown and grown and grown there. And
they have, I had a buddy, you remember Ted Hartzler used to come by the store, sporting goods rep.
Yep.
big hockey guy, and he had a son that played hockey. And the ice rinks, and there's several in St. Louis, open at 5:00 in the morning, go to midnight every day.
Mm-hmm.
And those kids are on that ice no matter what time they can get.
Mm-hmm.
And he would take his son to practice at 5:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big hockey is in St. Louis. And any place it is, you have your core set of fans. And I'm telling you, they're rabid. And St. Louis is one of the biggest there is, because we don't have football. So we have the Cardinals and we have the Blues. And the Cardinals are number one, no doubt. But the Blues are a very, very close second in the city of St. Louis.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Vicky says, as a friend, it lives in St. Louis, attended a hockey game at Vegas, so there's nothing like it. Put it on the list, must-see sporting experiences.
Got to go.
Vicky, I'm so mad because, as you could tell, the playoffs are in the second round. Vegas has never missed the playoffs until this year.
Yeah.
So when we scheduled this wrestling vacation, which is very odd that I just said that, but that's what it
very
is.
Odd, yes.
It's weird. But anyway, my other thought was there's no doubt Vegas will be playing, and we're going to go to a hockey game. And how fun would that be? Now they're not playing. So
yeah.
Jalen asks, have you heard anything about Tabor or Messier? There's no update on them whatsoever. Jalen, if I had a guess, and again, purely a guess, I don't know anything behind the scenes, what's going on with them. I would say you're not going to see them run until Bob Baffert is back.
I think that's
mid-July. I think he gets back. And I think they'll gear him up for kind of a summer/fall campaign.
Yeah.
Messier, that pace probably hurt him a lot in the Derby. I don't know how he came out of it. Taba needed time anyway. So I'd say it'll be a while before we see them.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We're done. You made me talk about Binnington. I'm so depressed about it. It's just the worst. It reminds me of when Grant Fuhrer got beat when we had Wayne Gretzky, or got hurt when we had Gretzky there.
How were they playing before he got hurt?
Great. They were dominating the game. It was 1-0. They were dominating. He got hurt, and that was it.
Yeah. So. Well, here's what it is.
It is what it is. That's right. Yeah. Starts in Oilers Flames start in 5 minutes. It's already 2-1.
That's pretty good.
All right, guys. Like I said, Vegas for me. You will not see me on this show because it will not happen. The show will be next Monday. We'll be back. Ooh, next Monday is a holiday. Huh? Who knows? We'll be back sometime. You probably will not see me on Blinkers Off. I don't think I'll be on this week. I am going to
tell Magic if he gets bored, he can get a hold of him. We'll do a show.
Hey, you and Magic. I might tune into that. All right. Magic is going to be on Dudes Who Bet Sports on Thursday. And then Magic may be on Blinkers Off Thursday. I am going to record some videos that Magic can put up on YouTube so the people don't miss me too much. So, and by the way, if you don't worry, there will be pics up on the site every day. I'm not taking a vacation, just a vacation from YouTube for a week. So, still be handicapping just like normals. Thank you very much. Yeah, Magic and Papa Do, that might get the ratings over the top.
He probably will say, "Are you kidding me? I got enough to do."
Yep, I think no. Listen, I'm his boss. He has to do what I say. So.
Yeah, but he's a busy guy, so don't.
Yeah, and I never tell him what to do. So he just, I don't have to. Magic does what it does.
He wants to do that. Holler at him. We'll have fun.
Okay, sounds good. All right, guys, we're gonna get off. I gotta go pack. So we'll see you guys next time. And stay tuned. We'll have an update on when the show's going to be. Thanks, everybody, also for the comments and for
thank you guys.
in. And
you guys are great.
Yep. We really appreciate each and every one of you. We come on here to try to give everybody entertainment for an hour, and hopefully
we end up getting entertained more, I think. I get entertained from the comments. Fantastic.
That's right. Yeah. We truly, truly love each and every one of you. And we're glad you're here. And we appreciate you. But we're going to get out of here. We've had enough of you. So look at this. This veiled place.
I lift whomever I.
Yeah, you elevate. Just being on with Papa Dude elevates.
That's what all my students commented every day when they left my room. when they left the room. Yes. We don't want to go. We want to stay.
Look at this. Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're saying bye. What the hell? God, I can't believe this. I gotta get out of here. I gotta reevaluate my life after these comments. What's going on? What's the matter with you people? I'm just kidding, obviously. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Papa Dude, I guess we're gonna have to do a show. People are gonna get sad. So, Papa Dude. Do you have any last sign off for your fans, Papa Dude?
No, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I mean, we have a ball every time. This hour flies, however long we're on, flies by for me every time we do it. So,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Oh, don't forget when you're in Vegas.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll have time. Tune in some Ladies Sooner softball. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We're going to leave now. All right. We'll see everybody next time. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels. Never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,